guys, welcome back. This is the fourth episode of Fresh Buns.
Hope you guys are doing well and hope your week is going well. We were supposed to have our guest today, but unfortunately, he had to travel somewhere. He had to go all the way to Mars, which is, I know, it's the lamest excuse ever. But that's exactly what happened.
Wait, who did you decide to call today?
Oh, I think the listeners can guess this bit. The guy who went to Mars.
Awkward pause. I hope they got it. So, yeah, and we're sorry we didn't have an episode last week. Someone here decided to not be in the city.
Yeah, guys, I had to go somewhere. I had to run some errands, because of which I had to leave the city for a while. But
Mission accomplished?
yeah, actually, it went smoother than expected, and it was good. It was a good week. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was it? You went to Delhi, right? How was Delhi, dude, compared to Bangalore?
Delhi is a bit cooler. For some reason, Bangalore is warmer. And
Bangalore has always been. Bangalore's always had like not extreme temperature. Delhi is a little colder in February, right?
Yeah, true. I had a chance to meet my friends. There were some ups and downs, so it was fine. I guess it was the ideal travel week.
Yeah, small break you needed from Bangalore.
Yeah.
I think we all need that. Even I think I need to travel out too. I've been here for 1 year. I haven't been anywhere. It's almost close to 1 year.
It's close to 1 year since you visited a place.
Yeah, I think last year, first week February, I think I went to Bombay. After that, I had laryngitis. So
What is laryngitis?
I couldn't speak, dude. I lost my voice. I couldn't speak at all. My parents were having a good time. Like, finally, she shuts up. But yeah, I couldn't travel. After that, it was just the big Rona. So I couldn't go anywhere. And now it's been a year that I haven't traveled anywhere. I think it's the same for the most of you. I hope it's the same for most of you. And I'm not the only one who's been sitting at home and not traveling anywhere.
And last week, while I was traveling, since we couldn't do an episode, we asked our listeners and our Fresh Buns fans to recommend a game that we should play. And there were quite a few games, right, that they recommended?
Yeah, there were quite a few responses, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We had Mini Militia, we had FIFA, we had the survival horror game Outlast, which definitely I want our guest or even Mahati to play this, because it's going to be hilarious as hell. So guys, watch out for that episode. That's going to be an awesome episode.
Sid himself suggested Dota 2.
And I myself suggested Dota 2 because Dota 2 is like my baby that I left in the yard, and I just left the baby.
But is it true that some people just play Dota and call themselves gamer? Is it gamers? Is that a thing?
The thing about Dota is it's similar to this other game called League of Legends. And Dota is not a casual game.
Tarun spoke about this, no, in the first episode, League of Legends. No, he didn't. No, I think we spoke on Age of Empire.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think...
Doesn't remember his own podcast.
So, so Dota is basically a skill-based game. You cannot just play it casually. A lot of movement of the characters required, and you have to act within fractions of seconds. So it's really not an easy game. So much so that Tesla, Elon Musk actually, he wanted to create an AI which could beat professional Dota 2 gamers. And he managed to actually create an AI which could do that.
Was it possible? Did he actually manage to do it?
Yeah, he did. The thing with the AI was it took the information of thousands and thousands of Dota 2 players, and it could predict each and every move that the human it was playing against made, and it beat it.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
No, but still coming back to my question, why is it that, people who play are there certain gamers who only play Dota and they call themselves gamers and you guys make fun of them because you play other games as well?
I don't think so. At least in my experience, I haven't seen anyone who just basically shits on Dota 2 or players because of the fact that they solely play Dota. Because it's really not an easy game. It's not something which you can play casually.
Oh, okay.
Each match is about 40 to 1 hour. And you have different classes, you have different class type heroes as well. They have different moves, and they have different objectives as well. So I mean, if you want to learn the game, it would take you around, what, 500 hours of gameplay?
Oh, wow. Huh.
So, yeah.
So I thought it was similar to FIFA. Like people just play FIFA and call themselves gamers. So I thought this was
Yeah.
similar.
No. FIFA, the thing with FIFA is that you can play it to a certain level, but if you want to go beyond that, then obviously you'll have to grind it out, because people have found ways to do trick moves while playing FIFA with the players and stuff like that. So if you want to make it to the pro league, then obviously it's a grind. But that's the case with everything. So
Everything in life, actually.
everything with life, yeah. So this episode, we're going to be playing Skyrim Elder Scrolls. It's the fifth in the franchise, and it's one of the most beautiful games that I've ever played. It's one of my favorite RPG games. And the suggestion of this game actually came from...
My friend Sunad, who suggested this, and he loves the background music in this game. But more on this game, only Sid can tell you.
So Skyrim is essentially a fantasy role-playing game, and you're the hero, you're the protagonist essentially, and you have different class types. So you can pick a different class type, and it can either be a double-sworded soldier, or a mage, or a high elf bowman. And
I don't think I got to pick anything.
there's essentially the sandbox environment where you have this amazing, beautiful map with really good landscapes and stuff, and you just travel around doing missions while at the same time finishing your story quests. This is one of the games where I know for a fact that many people just wander, not doing anything but just roaming around because they want to hear the soundtrack, the back score of the game.
You can do that as well. Just go around not killing bears or spiders or snakes.
Yeah, you can do that. You can go to the highest peak in the mountain and just sit there. It's really calming because the music, the one thing about this game that I really like is as Sunad also suggested, was the music. The original score of this game is absolutely stunning. So right now we have, since we don't have the guest for this episode, we've got Mahati playing Skyrim.
And you can all witness how wonderfully I play this game, guys. Just beautiful gameplay.
It's really funny how the things she played with the controller, and she was able to get most of it, but it seems a little clunky at the same time.
Which is good for the person who's playing this for the first time, right? Who has not played, with the controller and everything. For a person, that was good. I know it's very giving a headache like for the rest of you guys, but I think I did pretty well.
Yeah, I think you did well. If there was a 10, I'd give you like a 6 for an amateur, which is really good. 6.5.
Okay, I'll take that. But yeah, I think it's a really nice game. I mean, I think we just got through the first level actually. But as you keep moving, I mean, if you actually follow the storyline and listen to what the guy's saying and follow him and do what you're supposed to do, I think it's very beautiful. You go through like walk through streams, and just the one level that I played, I actually really enjoyed it. Sid, I think we're sounding very dead. Time to wake up.
We didn't even have the clap this time.
Exactly. I think we needed the clap to wake us up, and we've made Brunal give us tea also. So wake up.
Guys, so we'll just clap for our producer. Guys, let's clap for
Thanks,
Brunal. Thank you.
Sid, do you know how to skip? Skipping.
Skip rope?
Yeah, skip rope. Yeah.
I know.
Be honest. Dude, exactly. So I was in my friend's house the other day, and she had a skipping rope, and she's like, "Chala, I'm going to skip." I was like, okay. She's like, do you also want to skip? I said, I don't know how to. She's like, okay, fine, I'll teach you. I mean, she also learned only last summer. So she said, no problem, I'll teach you. So she started teaching me skipping. And then the next day, I was with another friend, and I'm telling her, hey, dude, this girl is teaching me how to skip. And my friend just looks at me. She's like, you don't know how to skip rope? I said, no, I don't. And she's like, dude, it's a basic life skill. Didn't you skip as a kid? Like, it's like, she spoke about it as if it's as simple as breathing, you know. She said, how do you not know how to skip rope? I said, I don't. And she's teaching me and I'm learning now. She's like, dude, really, it is the basic life skill. Like, I just learned skipping as a kid. It was not something, that I had to learn separately or anything. I said, okay, fine. Maybe like her parents taught her. I went back home and I'm telling my mom, I was like, Mom, my friend is teaching me how to skip. My mom is like, what? You don't know how to skip? And I said, no. She's like, my mom is like, it's a basic life skill. I said, no, I don't know how to skip and you didn't teach me how to skip. And my mom is like, bro, I don't have to teach you these things, you just know. So it was quite a bummer for me, actually. I said, what the fuck? So I'm kind of happy that you don't know how to skip either.
The only life skill that I learned to do with skipping was skipping classes, because that's what I used to do very successfully. And skipping rope as a life skill, I don't know if that I mean, I've never been taught that life skill, if it was a life
Not
skill.
a basic life skill, but something you do, as a kid, how you just learn how to ride a bike. Or
I have a friend who does not know how to ride a bike, and he seems like the guy, when you look at him, he seems like the guy who knows everything, but when it comes to riding a bike, he's just very aversive
but there's
towards
just
it.
some exceptions to these life skills, and I'm the one when it comes to skip rope. But I'm learning now, so that's pretty good.
I don't know if I'm going to, maybe in the future, I would learn just to establish that life skill, but and to tell people, yeah, exactly, to tell people that I know it. But apart from that, no. But when it comes to exercise, right, I feel outdoor exercises are the best. Outdoor workouts are the best.
Definitely.
Something that I'm not very into is going to the gym and working out.
Yeah, that's why I've started running now. I run in the mornings, and it's actually pretty nice waking up in the morning and running.
Yeah, waking up in the morning, it really refreshes you, and obviously because you're waking up in the morning and running.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And speaking of exceptions, my friend who's teaching me how to skip is also getting married, okay, in the next 1 year or something. And suddenly, I don't know if it's because she's getting married. I'm just seeing people getting married everywhere. Or maybe I'm that old that all my peers are getting married now. So I'm like, initially it was, oh my God, why is everybody getting married? Everyone is getting married. And I'm like, wait a minute. It's not that everybody is getting married. It's that I am not getting married. So maybe I am the issue. Am I the issue? So yeah, it's been quite of a introspective week for me, I think. With am I the only one who doesn't know how to skip rope? Am I the only one who's not getting married?
I think those two are very far away from each other. But when it comes to marriage, I've seen that pattern as well, because I feel as if I'm in the age where people are either getting married or people are shitting on those people who are getting married.
Yeah.
And I obviously come in the latter, because guys, the slide in my DMs is not that long. I don't know why I'm still continuing that joke. It's probably dead, but anyway.
I think I'm sailing with you on that boat. So, it's not happening, guys.
Yeah, a while back I went for this wedding, and I noticed one thing. There were couples and there were single people. The single people always had a drink in their hand.
And the couples always had the partner in their hand.
The couples had the partners, obviously they were with them. And the single people, their sole purpose to come to the wedding was to mingle with other single people and just try to vicariously enjoy the partners that were actually getting married. In fact, I had a friend who went with the intention of
Finding someone at the wedding.
Finding somebody at the wedding, but not for her wedding purposes, or not as a lifelong partner, but just to get laid.
That's okay. I think people do that just to go to, and people are dressed well also at weddings, so that's a plus point.
Yeah. Nobody's wearing shoddy clothes, especially Indian weddings. They're just on another level altogether.
Yeah, very pretty clothes.
Yeah, pretty clothes, and their events happen for almost an eternity. Honestly, after a while, it seems like it's just going on and on and on. I mean, I'm totally towards Indian weddings. They're lots of fun. There's a lot of food. There's good music, and it's basically a free party, to be honest, for the people who are invited towards for it. But yeah, Indian weddings can get very heavy. What do you think?
No, I love weddings too. I thoroughly enjoy weddings, especially. I mean, even if you're part of planning it, I think even part of planning it is also so much fun.
Hmm.
And just attending it, being a part of the event, and it's a lot of fun because my sister got married 3 years ago, I think. Yeah, three
Okay.
years ago.
Hmm.
So it's a lot of fun, dude. Planning, new clothes, and just a lot of good food.
Hmm.
No, like every day is a cheat day. So it's fun. I think I really like attending weddings.
But now, you know what they've started doing with the Indian weddings is that they've started adding a lot of these intricacies where you don't see in every single wedding, but if it's a high budgeted, high value wedding between
Hmm.
two people, then you see a lot of things where it's just sometimes doesn't make sense, but it feels like a Bollywood movie. There's a drone just flying around, and there's people taking
Oh, these
pictures
are
and
those
capturing videos.
extravagant. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. And then they
yeah.
have the trailer afterwards, and it's so strange because the trailer of the wedding comes out 2 months after the wedding's only over. So then you're like, what do
I
you?
think it's a trailer to the wedding video. Said, how can you have a trailer of the wedding even before the wedding? Come on.
Yeah, but I feel like they should do it before the wedding, right? As to how it's going to be, just the setup of the wedding and stuff like that. If it's a reception, and how the setup is going to be and stuff.
Take it up, Sid. You do it.
And it's really fancy. I was just talking to my friend about it, and I showed him. He's a director as well, and he's like, dude, this looks like as if they shot an action movie. And I was like, yeah, the couples are definitely going to get action after this.
Yeah, you were right. But yeah, like, what's that new Netflix show, dude? Big Day, huh? What is that called?
Yeah, big day.
It's like
Yeah, I haven't
apparently
seen
it's
it
like
though.
a sequel to Indian matchmaking. Guys, speaking of Indian matchmaking, I don't know. For being an Indian, I felt some of those things even I didn't know of. Some of these things that people look for or ask for or they do.
Mm-hmm.
Even I didn't know about this. It came like very new to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I some of those things it's just that didn't make any sense. Did it feel? Did you feel the same way? I felt like it wasn't so complicated. It isn't like that. At least in where I've grown up.
Yeah, I was also very oblivious to the things that used to happen pre-wedding. From the things that they showed us, of course, we are wary of the idea of arranged marriage versus love marriage, and how arranged marriage is sort of looked down upon from other societies not hailing from India. But it is kind of strange to see it. Also, interesting fact: Indian matchmaking was seen through the lens of a white guy. The director was essentially a white guy.
Yeah, you can make that out also because so many things are so basic things are also explained, right? If it was coming from an Indian director,
Yeah,
these things wouldn't have been explained.
exactly.
And the fact that so many of them were also in the US and she traveled to the US and tried to match people.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think you get to know by watching Indian matchmaking only that it is from like a white guy's lens. Also, guys, if you really want to know Indian marriages and not Indian marriage, yeah, actually Indian marriages and wedding and everything, I think Made in Heaven was a very good show. Actually, I liked Made in Heaven.
Made in Heaven was a good show, but again, it
It's not
wasn't a reality show.
It was
But
not a reality show. It's not about wedding per se.
yeah,
But it was a very nicely done show, actually. Apart from the fact where they get the law wrong a little bit, but I think apart from that, it was a very nicely made show.
yeah, it was definitely a nicely made show. They showed all the societal concerns that happen in modern India, but at the same time, those guys were wedding planners, and they seemed like Scooby and Shaggy. People from, I mean, the characters from Scooby Doo trying to solve each and every wedding problem, which is honestly, it doesn't. I don't know the reality because I've never had a wedding, but I don't think they're the problem solvers when it comes to this.
Yeah, I mean, one thing off about the show was that with every wedding that they are planning, there was one issue shown in every wedding, and somehow these wedding planners are the ones solving the issue or, doing meddling with them, with the bride and the groom and their families
Yeah.
to solve the issue. But I don't think that happens. But it generally shows how these issues exist, and it comes up even at the time of the marriage itself. Like
Yeah.
when they're so close to getting married, it comes up that time as well.
Yeah, to be honest, I'd go for Made in Heaven, guys. You can watch that show for sure.
Yeah.
But after Made in Heaven, you have to see Seema from Bombay.
Seema Taparia.
And you know what, guys? This is a surprise. I didn't want to break it to my co-host as well. But Seema from Mumbai is going to be on one of our episodes.
What, really?
Yeah.
You're not kidding. Like,
I slid into her DMs and I was like, I've got a
What?
podcast.
I don't believe this. What are you saying?
Maybe in another world, but
Dude, but actually my friend sat next to her in the flight. My friend was coming from I think Jaipur to Bombay, and she met her on the flight, and she sat next to her on the flight, and she said, dude, lots of people are coming and talking to her, not only just about the show, also about please do matchmaking, like make my son or daughter meet somebody.
was she like, are you Seema from Mumbai? Because you are coming from Mumbai and you look like Seema.
You're going to Mumbai, actually.
You are not Seema from Mumbai. You're Seema from Jaipur. What is this scam? Reference to
The show
pretentious
itself.
movie reviews.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, guys, like Indian matchmaking is a fun show. If you want to check it out, you can check it out at your own risk. But Made in Heaven, you would definitely recommend. It's a very nice show.
Yeah, true. Speaking of marriages,
Nothing? You got nothing?
I've got nothing at the moment. I thought I had something, but
Skip your mind. So guys, we had a poll for all of you where you answered some questions. And I don't even want to go into the pineapple and pizza bit. It just doesn't make sense. But funny,
pineapple goes on pizza. Everyone knows that.
just shut up. You know what? That that meme page on Instagram. That one is puberty and what's the other one?
Puberty and memes are.
Memesar, yeah.
Yeah.
So Memesar posted a story. So basically, Memesar had this meme where they were like, let's settle this once for all, and they said that pineapple on pizza actually goes well, and anybody who says otherwise is saying so only because of social media pleasure, not pressure. Sorry, guys. Social media pressure. So because of social media pressure, people say that, yeah, pineapple on pizza doesn't go well. And guess who commented on that meme?
It
Gordon
wasn't-
Ramsay himself. And he said, is this serious? Is this for real? So he doesn't agree that pineapple goes on pizza. So no, pineapple doesn't go on pizza. So it's over. End of debate, I think.
Yeah, I mean, when the king himself said it, then
Yeah, must
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, exactly. And also with respect to what was the other question we had? Do you miss Harambe? Was that a lot of people said who dis Harambe? Who dat Harambe? I'm just like, guys, how can you not know?
how can you not know Harambe?
Yeah, exactly. But Sid, what would you do if your kid fell into the stream? Like, would you like wish Harambe died, or like, fuck you, kid, you're dumb enough to just fall into the stream, you might as well die?
To be honest, I'd be more than happy. I'd push the kid into the stream because then he would get a chance to meet Harambe,
That's
if
true.
assuming that was Harambe. And they'd have the best friendship ever. They'd have a beautiful relationship. I mean, sometimes I wish I had a gorilla as a pet.
Dude, that's like one extreme. I don't know what.
No, I mean, why, if cows can walk in India, why can't gorillas walk
Dude,
freely?
what are you saying? Guys. Yeah, Sid, I think Delhi has really done something. Before this, you were just had a dog at home and that was it.
Yeah, I had a bone to pick in Delhi though. I met some of my friends there, and it was a lot of fun. But you also, has it ever been for you where you sometimes meet somebody after a long time and you realize that something really went wrong there? It's probably the distance or the elongated period of time that you maybe didn't speak with each other, or you just have this bubble or this glass that just shatters in front of you, and you're like, was our friendship really like this? You just come to this realization.
That hasn't happened to me, but what did happen to me was that sometimes you realize that so you're not that close to somebody, and but you haven't met in a very long time, and they say let's catch up and let's meet, and then in the back of your head you know maybe this is not a good idea, but then you go ahead and meet them anyway, and then you realize, oh, this was the reason I was not close to them in the first place. So that has happened to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I haven't had this realization of, but I think people change over time. If you've met someone and you're meeting someone for a very long time, maybe they're not the same person that they thought you were, so you think that yeah, this is not happening, meowdy.
Yeah, that was my situation. I met them after a long time, and it didn't seem, it was like back in the day I was put in this sort of a trance with them, but now because I have changed and time has passed, I finally saw the truth, and I was like, yeah, see you guys, sayonara.
Wow, man, some intense shit happened in Delhi, looks like.
Yeah, I wish I could tell the guys who are listening, but then personal life, right?
Too close.
Yeah,
Too much information. I don't think even they want to know. They're just like, Sid, too much information right now, brother. Not happening.
We'll have to start our own reality show, keeping up with the Fresh Buns.
I think we should, in the future.
Yeah, I think, do we have the budget for that though?
Do creative labs.
Yeah, we're looking at you. Stay in class as well.
Dude, I killed the spider here. I killed. Watch, guys. Watch it. Watch the gameplay. Yeah. Killed it.
And then there's another one that just appears.
And I killed that also. You can't
You
get
executed
to me.
that one.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, just like, yeah.
And then you were like, oh,
Where do I go?
what do I do now, guys?
Where do now, guys? Yeah. And the guy is just like, dude, follow me.
How did you find the gameplay though? Is it something that you've played before?
I've played one game, Ori and the Blind Forest. So I think I like the visuals of Ori better. I think that's something more cute and nice to me.
Mm-hmm.
And Ori reminds me of Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon.
Really?
Yeah.
He looks like that, right?
He looks like that. Yeah, he looks like that. So Ori reminds me of that. But this was different actually. This as soon as this gameplay started only, I was like, this reminds me of Game of Thrones for some weird reason.
Yeah, it's
So-
set in the face, same fantasy period, and
Yeah, exactly. So this reminds me of
Similar
Game of
graphics.
Thrones. I don't think this is a game. I think if I were to play this game, initially I would want someone who's played the game to sit by my side and tell me what to do, where to go, and play. Maybe then I will actually like it. But otherwise, Ori is something I could play by myself.
yeah.
So I would I would need someone to guide me through this game, I think.
The thing with Ori and Skyrim is that Ori is basically a side scroller. You don't need to use many buttons, and you don't need to use many keys.
Yeah.
Whereas in Skyrim, there's a lot of stuff. You can throw magic. You have to wield your sword at the same time. Then you have to parry the attacks, and
Yeah.
you have to dodge, and then you can make executions like this one. Sad for the bear, but anyway, yeah.
But yeah, as you said, this is more of a difficult game to play for beginners, I think. But guys, I cannot stress on how much you guys need to try Ori. It's just beautiful. The music's nice. The visuals are nice. I mean, definitely try this game also. But from someone who has never gamed before, you should definitely try Ori.
Yeah, the fact that you started this podcast and now you've played a game,
Yeah, exactly.
it's amazing. It's just imagine how many other people would be more inclined towards playing games after watching this.
Yeah, I mean, and what you and Tarun spoke about in the first episode also, it's just people are just like, what man, video games and all, who's going to play? I think even I was coming from that place. I said, who's going to play video games? It's not my thing. But you don't realize there's so much more to it. There are different kinds of games and you can find what
own,
you
uh,
like. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So, guys, that brings us to the end of episode number 4.
4 or 5? 4, no? 4.
82nd. I hope you guys enjoyed. listening to us as much as we did speaking to you guys.
Yeah.
And
If not for anything, just please try out this game for at least the music. I've heard it's great. Also, guys, keep recommending games. We would love to have your recommendations and try out new games. Thanks, Sunat, for recommending this. I really enjoyed playing it.
yeah, and maybe we put out a poll on our Instagram page and ask you guys again what games we should play, or the games that you would enjoy.
So, yeah, the usual. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to this episode. If you did, please press the like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we're also available on Spotify. You can also check us out there. And yeah, follow us on Instagram. We keep putting up fun polls, fun posts. And yeah, that's about it. See you in the next episode.
See you guys next week.
Peace.
Bye. Also, I wanted to, since we were playing Skyrim, I wanted to show you the visuals of the game. So I'm going to be putting out some clips of the game which you guys can watch and just enjoy with the background music. So there you go.